What's up? It's your boy the Boogeyman. And we're back here for another live stream trying to bag the fourth one on the Great One grind in MedVed for Moose. It's been a tough last couple days. Last week for me, been kind of busy. The last live stream was just full of disadvantages for me and mistakes. But we're going to give her another go today. Let's see where I'm at. Let's try 1330. Because starting at 1400 is not really enough time to get around all my zones in that amount of time. Usually in 2 hours game time, I can get 8 zones roughly. Because it does take some time getting from zone to zone. So let's see where I'm going to go first here. I already know these are just little tiny small twos. So let's start right here. All right. There we go. Had to change a couple settings real quick. I'm just sitting here drinking a cup of coffee. I pretty much drink coffee all the time. Kind of a lazy day for me. Been super busy. See what we got here. We got a nice dime potential level 4, but I can tell by his rack he is not going to reach dime. So let's see what we can do. 184. Let's shoot him from the front. See what we got. Seems like I always mess up the first shot of every stream. I could have used my 22 and got him to spin, but nope. I decided to try to shoot him from the front. And I'm assuming where I shot him, I hit low. And I'm almost certain he's not going to die. But if he does, I'll come back for him. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we got over here. We have another big 4. Well, average size 4, but he is max weight. That's what I mean when I say big. That guy over there is still alive. And that's one of the things I want to mention. When you kill an animal or you shoot a bad shot at an animal and it takes 5 or 10 in-game minutes for it to die, always go and collect that animal, because the game is set up that if you shoot an animal and you don't claim it, it won't reward you. You won't be able to spawn a great one off of that, and you never know what your RNG might be. That next spawn could have been a great one. You go right in front of the tree, aren't you? Well, so the farther you're going to move. There we go. And I've been noticing the last few days, like I've been getting a lot of big level 4s. I believe the last diamond I got was a level 4. The diamond after that I botched was a level 4. But that's one of the things with this game. The map population is, it's balanced by weight. So max weight is 545 to 620. So you can have level 4s that are max weight, and you can also have level 5s that are max weight. You can have level 4s that are guaranteed diamonds, which are sort of rare. And you can have level 5s that are guaranteed to not be diamond. I've had level 5s with a max score of 270, and I've had a level 4, several level 4s with the minimum score of over 275. We got 2 little 2s here, and nothing else. So at this point, I want to leave this zone alone. And me, I don't just hunt specific zones and leave it that way. I'll move my zones around as I see fit, because this little 2 and this little 2 is going to help spawn bigger animals elsewhere, which there's nothing wrong with that. And this zone here has nothing but little 2s. This zone here is nothing but little 2s. Everything all through here is little. I have a lot of zones with little 2s. It's extremely hard to spawn a level 1 male. I've only spawned one in a little over 1,300 kills on moose. So where my zones were when I first started to where my zones are now are completely, totally different. Do I go for that quartering shot? Yeah, that's not hard. Right in the heart. I actually found a new drink zone recently. It must have been a solo that was mixed in with another herd that I didn't notice, because there's so many drink zones on this map for moose, and there's so many moose on the map that it is difficult to remember exactly what animals are in what drink zones, their levels, their trophy score, their weight. It becomes difficult. After a time, way longer than I have invested, I'm sure you become familiar and you end up knowing all that by heart, by muscle memory. Oh, another big 4. Let's see if he's going to stand behind a tree. Nope, he's all good. Yeah. If you shoot too close to a tree, like if you're trying to shoot a moose like right here, it's going to miss and it's going to hit the tree. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Oh, it must have been a single long shot. Took a dirt nap. I think after I get my 4th great one moose, I might do a great one grind somewhere else. I like grinding moose. They have a, some people say it's easy, but they have a significantly harder grind than other animals like a fallow or a mule deer, animals that have like 20, 30 drink zones. I mean, when you only have 20 or 30 drink zones, herd management's much easier. Cycling your zones becomes easier. You have larger groups of animals in each zone. Whereas moose, you're only going to have 4 animals max in any herd. And the max amount of moose I've seen in any single zone was 12. And that was multiple herds. I believe the one with 12 is solo, a herd of 4, another herd of 4, and then a herd of 3. 223, not too bad. Let's see where we're gonna go next. I'm gonna go here, but I think this has little 2s. I have ADHD, so remembering specific things is kind of hard for me, especially whenever you're doing like 12 different zones, 14 different zones. So at first it's hard to remember what's where, but as time goes by, it gets better. Okay, we've got... No, this one's fine. What are you doing, buddy? 141, 182. Which one is the new one? 182. 182. 141. I don't know. I'm gonna go with that guy. We got us a peg. Ah, it's a level 4 peg. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm pretty sure he's new. And they're gonna make it difficult on me. Mm-hmm. There we go. And I actually just started carrying a 22 around with me to get moose to turn so I can get a decent shot on them. Especially if they're not completely facing away from me or completely facing at me. Especially completely facing away from me. If they're slightly turned but facing away from me, it's really hard to get a Texas heart shot. I mean, if they're facing directly away, hitting them in a vitals isn't hard with a 500, but made more mistakes than I like to, so I've started using the 22 to get them to turn. And in doing that, even though I've played this game a long time, I found out that when you zero one gun, it zeroes every gun to match. So if I zero my 22 to 150, my 500 is going to be at 300. Same as if I zero my 500 to 150, it's going to put my 22 back to 100. And I didn't know that because I've never been in that situation, but I do now. So that's all good. There we go. So like my goal for this channel is just to create a friendly environment for people to come hang out, learn about Great One grinding, ins and outs, and just to enjoy the game. Because there is a lot of things that big creators fail to mention when it comes to Great One grinding. But I am going to make an entire video on that. Essentially, the TLDR is that they make it sound a lot easier than it really is. Where you going, buddy? And if I gain enough traction and enough people like my stuff, I will work on making an intro for the channel, make a Discord for the channel, start editing videos, and just make them more enjoyable or aesthetic. Crazy thing, still to this day, I have never got a melanistic moose. Never. I've gotten many albinos, many piebalds, a super troll piebald, 3 great ones, and I have not got a melanistic moose at all. Okay, there's nobody there. And there's nobody here. Alright, easy enough. Now, where were we at? Alright, I know we're not going there. Alright, let's go here. See what we got. Level 3. And another level 3. That's the level 3 I need to take out. And this zone in here isn't too bad. 1 tent for 2 different shooter zones. Good night. And the longer you watch, the more you notice I don't hold my breath whenever I shoot. I've just grown accustomed to the 500 and the way it sways, how it aims, and pretty good with getting a good shot without holding my breath. Those are big 4 over there. I'm not sure why all my max weight animals are spawning as a 4 and not a 5. I don't have any 5s chilling anywhere on my map. I checked that. I've been around all my zones recently. You're still going? Let me guess. You're going to stop right behind one of those. Oh. I like to scope the animal after I shoot it before I get out of the tripod and run after it. Just to make sure I see where it went. And if I get a little lost, this will end up being right on top of the dead animal or very close to it. So that's another little tip, I guess. If you're one of those people that get in the tripod, shoot the animal, and you're certain that you made a good shot, get out of the tripod and you go to try to find it, you may lose your bearings. There's nothing wrong with using my dog. It's just, I feel like it's a little bit faster if I do it this way. Not a bad gold. Let's see here. Where's next? I checked there and there was nothing but little twos. Pretty sure I checked there. Nothing was here. I mean, I guess while I'm here, I can go over here and check this lake. I mean, nothing's changed in a long time. Jumpers are a thing. I actually had an entire herd disappear. I still don't know where they went. And this happened a couple weeks ago. Several hundred kills ago. There's nothing wrong with coming over here and checking these guys out. He might end up being a shooter at some point. See, there's a solo 4, and I'm pretty sure he's new. Because I don't think he was here before. And the last solo I shot was right here. And since he's a max waiter, I want to take him out. I don't really care about, for example, solo 3s. That's okay. I just don't want solo 4s. Or solo max weight animals. Now these guys right here, they look like they're in a group together, but they are not. Alright. And this may actually be a zone that I set up, because I did put a tripod here. This was a while ago, and I can't remember why. She's got a 4 male there, and a female there. You need something, sir? But if I remember correctly, I went over here and I checked these tracks, and they both said one animal. But, I mean, I'm going to take them anyways, and we're going to... Yep, that's not what I wanted. I'm not going to shoot them with a 22. Or a 17. Drink zone is still there. And sometimes the amount of animals in a herd will change. I'm not sure why that happens, but I have seen it happen. Prior to that, I thought the amount of animals in a herd were static. So, like, if you had a jumper from a herd go somewhere else, it would end up being a solo. And then when you kill it, it would go back to the herd that you killed it from. But I have seen herd numbers change. And I believe I'm going to look right here and it's going to say 1. Yeah. That's also going to say 1. But the thing is, they're not the same animal. And I also killed him. Here's where I shot him. There he is. A light brown 220. Alright. Now we can go back down here for a minute. We'll see. We have a 1 right there. And the other set of tracks disappeared. So he is probably not coming back here. There's a 1. A 1. A 1. All under the same drink zone. So I guess the next time we come back, we'll see. And I also wanted to see if this is a solo zone or not. I shot an animal here, but I don't have a tripod set up, and I don't have any tripods on me right at this moment, and I had to fight a pack of wolves right here. So it didn't delete my zone. I made sure to go far enough away so it didn't delete a zone, but killed a bunch of them. Hello, welcome in to whoever joined. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Parkour. Parkour. Yeah, I spent a couple hours the other day going through all my drink zones just to make sure I didn't have a big level 5 dime standing anywhere. And I believe I'm good here. Let's see what else we got. See if these moose popped in here yet. Yeah, I kind of figured not. And sometimes when I have my map open too long, I'll start getting a whole bunch of zones that are empty on moose, and I mean, doing the 1 minute trick, that don't work for me. It's never worked for me. I don't know if it's a PlayStation 5 thing or what, but it don't work. Let's see where we're at. Alright, well, we will just reset the time and go give it another shot. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to go down here and have a peek. Okay, buddy. I know, buddy. I'm gonna spook them. And there are no moose here, it looks like. I guess with that, I guess I'm gonna main menu and reload the map. Seems to be the only thing that works for me to fix whenever a whole bunch of zones don't have any moose. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's do that. Let's start the process over again. We'll start here. Well, a dime potential moose. I can tell by his rack he's not going to be a dime. Yeah, he's too small. I've been getting a lot of dime potential 4s lately. typically on something like this, I call it a troll, but most people will say that it has to be max level and be a potential diamond to be a troll. To me, if it's got a trophy range into diamond, and for example on a moose, a level 4, they can make diamond. I've had multiple level 4s make diamond, and we're guaranteed diamond. It's a troll to me. All right. Hello, girl. There's a 5. And I don't know if I want to leave him or if I want to kill him. Not sure. I've been thinking about trying to stack dimes in zones or 5s in zones. He's not a guaranteed dime, but he does look like he's gonna make dime. He's got a pretty big rack. I can't tell for sure. Let me get my gun out. I'm blind. Take a look at this boy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I might actually leave him for a cycle and just know that he's here. My very first great one I actually had, I think it was 4 level 5s stacked on my map. I only ended up one of those. They only ended up being a dime. Just one of them was a diamond, and one of them was guaranteed to not be a diamond. The other 2 were trolls. So I don't know if I want to kill this boy. I'll just leave him there on this rotation. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Pretty sure these are just little level 2s here. I can't remember. Yep, both little level 2s. There is a bigger weight level 2 over here that might end up becoming a shooter at some point in time. I've been working for a long time to try to get my level 2s all to the minimum weight for a level 2, which is 395 to 470. Because population is balanced by weight. So those are good there. I wonder if our homies came back over here. Hello. All right. And I typically set all my stuff up to shoot at 150. I don't have to worry about spooking the moose. And it's generally more like 160, 170, but I can run right up to the tripod. I don't have to worry about them running, spooking, anything like that. Get in the tripod, take my shot. Don't have to crouch and sneak to try to get into like 100 meters. Where is he? There he is. Uh-huh. Funny thing is, if the animal is like this and you shoot him and let's say you hit his antler, even with a 500, it'll be a bad shot. You won't get a vital, but in real life, if I shot a moose through his antler with a 500, it'd go through his antler, through his body. I could shoot him in the neck and it would go out the back and probably through a second moose as well. 500 Jeffrey is one of the most powerful rounds that exist. It's kind of unrealistic in the game. All right. And just doing this is one of the things I'm going to be talking about in a video I'm going to make about Great One grinding. Just a little comment. Big creators, a lot of people that spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the game, grinding. You know, they'll tell you 8 zones or 10 zones or 12 zones. And you set the clock to the last hour of their drink time, and then you cycle through your zones. Well, it's not possible to cycle through your zones in the last hour of drink time, even if you have 8 zones, because an hour in game is 15 minutes in real life. And on average, it takes about 5 minutes to teleport to a tent, go to a tripod, get in it, aim your shot, take your shot, go and collect your moose or whatever animal you are hunting. Collection tends to make that a little bit faster, but I don't think you're going to even get 8 zones in 15 real life minutes. I always set my clock to the middle of the time, and I try to run 10 zones. And sometimes even then I can't get all 10 zones in 2-hour game time, which is a half an hour real time. Okay, that's which one I'm at. This is the only issue I end up possibly having when I shoot at 150. And right around 200, I'll spray myself down when the wind is blowing their direction. It increases their spook radius, but I believe it increases it 20%. See what we got. Big 4. 190 to 220. I'm kind of hoping the game don't screw me and be like, you got a great one in 405 kills, then 640 kills, and then 14 kills. So now we're not going to give you a great one for thousands and thousands of kills. I don't think that's going to be the case, but for me to get thousands of kills, that'll take me months. I've also seen some other people, you know, they're like, oh, I'm starting my, for example, fallow grind. And then 2 weeks later, they're like, finally got my great one, 2,400 kills in. And it's mind-boggling to me how you can get 2,400 kills in 2 weeks. That's wild. A 196. I should probably download the Call of the Wild companion app and start using that, but I do everything from my codex. Like I'll check my hunting profile, check my kills, see where I'm at when I start, and then I go from there. Right now I'm 263 kills into this grind. a sweet old time. Not gonna be able to make all my zones. I hate this zone the worst because there is no real good place to set a tripod up. And I usually have to end up shooting something from the ground here. Probably what, you're going to stop behind the tree. Yeah, that's usually how it works. I'll try the 22 before I get on the ground. Tried to go back to the 375 to hunt moose, and I've used the 500 so long that I can tell just by switching the gun, the aiming characteristics are totally different, and I was shooting bad shots. It wasn't worth it, so I came back to the 500. $220. One thing I haven't done in a while is firing up a private solo multiplayer. Oh, you guys are way over there. Okay. Care of that. There. Right. Onward to here. Dime potential 4, but he ain't gonna make it. Mm-hmm. And guess we'll check over here real quick. And that's a little guy. That's for that drink zone. Yeah, I know, buddy. It's okay. Also a little too. The other one I shot out of here before was a solo. So he ain't here. He could have went up here, here, even here. But I will check those at some other point. It's only a 500-meter run. Why not? Hey, buddy. That's too far out of render. Very good. That's where my solo went. I am okay with the level 2. He went from a big level 4 to a level 2. I am perfectly content with that. Where you going, girl? I ain't worried about you. Alright. Let's go to somewhere. And I will be right back momentarily. Alright, I made it back safe and sound. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, just gonna reset my time. With 1350. And I don't mind resetting my time at an outpost versus a tent. I have plenty of money, so it's not a big deal to me, I guess. I don't know what the need for 10, 20, 30, 50 million dollars in-game cash is. Bragging rights, I guess. Alright, let me go check this real quick. There's only one there. You're hustling. I think I'm out to render there. So I know that other solo I shot didn't come back here. I'll check the other side of the leg later. It could have went here, or here, here. What dog? He's too far away. Alright, that's good. That's all good. Alright. Alright. I already know there's a dime up there. These are little twos. Let's check right here. Alright, not here again. I can make that. There he is. Way back in the day before I got my dog, when I just like run around multiplayer maps and just, shoot random stuff, I realized how important a dog was whenever you'd shoot something like, I don't know, let's say a moose. And it dies, but it's a bad shot. And these things will go up in the woods and they'll go back and forth, run around in circles and back and forth, and then you'll get into those tracks and you won't be able to make heads nor tails of it. Oh, we got another decent size 4. Hey, buddy. I already knew you were over there. Oh, we got some wolves coming in. Well, they're calm. Where's the alpha? I don't know. $216. Yeah, I know they're coming for me, aren't they, buddy? Sure are. You know how we're gonna fix that? By disappearing. So I'm not gonna blow my zone out. Nice big 4 again. I've been relatively consistent on spawning max weight animals. Just that most of them have been 4s lately. Let me see if I can check his rack. Oh, I'm gonna go with 220. 225. Ooh, 222. I'm bad. Hmm. Okay. There she is. It could be late. Well, I checked here. There was nothing there. Well, I already checked up there. Check these. Don't think I have checked this in a while. That's a long run anyway, I look at it. But onward and forward. He's running. I might as well go over to the rock. Group from the other side's missing. Well, how far away is this? 1.5 kilometers, yeah. I'm taking my quad most of the way. So, straight out past that lake, right onto the road. There we go. Where would they be running from? Got animals running everywhere. I just don't know where the moose would have been coming from that's within render. No way they beat me here. And it's just one of them herds that didn't show up somewhere. Alright, I hear you. I know you're whining. That's a small 2. What is this? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moose over here, including that big level 4, which could be a solo. I haven't been here in so long. Alright. One. Alright, you good? No, I'm gonna shoot this big level 4 moose. He's got a tall rack. He's gonna score high. But we're gonna see. That's not what I meant to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 moose over here. I'm gonna go check them tracks as soon as I shoot this guy. Let's go. So I'm assuming it's going to say a herd of 4, and that's a solo. That's just going to be my guess. Let's find out. Herd of 4. It's not my boy here, is it? Yeah, that's this guy. Solo. Kind of figured. But that is a herd of 4, and there was a level 3 in there. Yeah, I knew he was going to score higher. He's got a really tall rack. Kind of weird. There we go. All right. So I know there's a herd of 4 here, and I know that I can make this a zone. I can pull off of something else. And make this a zone. But I think that's going to be everything for today. I appreciate the time someone spent watching the live stream. You don't know how much it means. I'm out of here. Have fun. and stay grinding.